Welcome back to another video where today we dive into the truly weird and wacky. Just over 100 years ago, when a full-out brawl erupted over something seemingly trivial. The Straw Hat Riots of 1922 were a pivotal event in American history that vividly showcased the clash between traditional values and the evolving sensibilities of the modern era. This event encapsulates the palpable tensions and societal transformations taking place in America during the early 20th century. In this video, we'll delve into the historical context, explore the causes, events, and the ensuing mayhem caused by the Straw Hat Riots. The early 1920s witnessed a period of substantial societal change in the United States. After World War I, America was in the throes of a social, economic, and cultural shift. The war had altered the dynamics of labor and industry, setting the stage for a booming economy. This economic upturn, coupled with the emergence of new technologies and consumerism, propelled the country towards modernization and urbanization. However, this wave of progressiveness encountered resistance from those deeply entrenched in traditional values, particularly in clothing and appearance. Fashion stood out as one of the battlegrounds where the clash between tradition and modern times was most evident, with the straw hat becoming a symbolic flashpoint. The Straw Hat Riots were fueled by a peculiar yet deeply ingrained societal norm, an unwritten rule against wearing straw hats after a certain date. Traditionally, straw hats were deemed appropriate summer attire, ideal for warmer months. However, as the season shifted into autumn, society expected individuals to transition to felt hats, signifying the shift from summer pursuits to more serious indoor occupations. This transition was viewed as a reflection of societal norms and expectations. Therefore, those who violated this norm were perceived as challenging the status quo, inviting scrutiny. The Straw Hat Riots commenced on September 13, 1922, 2 days prior to the unspoken date. It all started when a group of youths decided to make an early departure from tradition. Starting in Manhattan, New York, they began removing and stomping hats worn by factory workers in the vicinity. Initially benign, the hat stomping escalated into a brawl when the teenagers attempted to stomp the hats of a group of dock workers, resulting in a retaliatory fight. The brawl soon disrupted traffic on the Manhattan Bridge and was eventually dispersed by police, who made several arrests. Although the initial brawl was quelled by police, conflicts escalated the following evening. Gangs of teenagers roamed the streets armed with large sticks, sometimes fitted with a nail on the top for hooking hats, seeking pedestrians wearing straw hats and assaulting those who resisted. One man recounted his hat being taken, and how the group that took his hat joined a mob of about 1,000 people, snatching hats all along Amsterdam Avenue. Gradually, the violence intensified, resulting in several men being hospitalized due to the beatings they endured after resisting having their hats taken. The chaos unfolded, leading to numerous arrests. Incredibly, even off-duty police officers found themselves caught up in the brawl when rioters attempted to snatch their hats. Eventually, however, when more and more police officers came to help, the mob disbanded. Many of those taken to court following arrests related to the hat snatching opted to pay fines rather than serve time in jail. The longest recorded jail time for one of the teens was 3 days, served by a kid named A. Silverman. After the law took over, the frenzy quelled for a little while, but the tradition of hat smashing continued for some time after the 1922 riots. In 1924, a man was murdered for wearing a straw hat. And again in 1925, many arrests were needed to quell frenzied mobs. After a few years of this, the decline of the activity is attributed to the disappearance of the tradition of seasonal switching from straw to felt hats. The Straw Hat Riots left an incredible mark on American society, underscoring the importance of symbols and societal norms. The event illuminated the challenges of navigating a period of profound change, showcasing how fashion could serve as a medium of expression and resistance. This incident impelled society to reevaluate established norms and traditions, sparking discussions about the irrationality of rigid codes of conduct tied to clothing and appearance. The violence that the mobs caused also underscored the importance of swift police intervention to maintain public order and safety. The Straw Hat Riots of 1922 marked a pivotal episode in American history. Ultimately, the Straw Hat Riots underscored the necessity for a balance between tradition and modernism, emphasizing that progress should be embraced while acknowledging and respecting cultural heritage and societal norms. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, and hopefully we will see you in the next one.